Welcome back to another Black Lightning recap. I'm your host Terry. Today I'm doing episode 637's The Book of Thunder. I am over these titles, man. I promise you. Okay, so we took a little break for Black Lightning. We back. So in this episode, we pick up where we left off. Black Lightning slumped out in the alley because he didn't want to listen to Gambi. He went out using them powers when he shouldn't have to. And then the cops want to go get him. And I thought that was a cool little shot. I forget the detective's name, but watching him, kind of doing a tracking shot from the back in slow motion as they all gear up to go get Black Lightning was cool. But it was all for nothing because Gambi pulled up in the, truck and got him out, or the van, and got him out the jam. So anyway, this episode was pretty cool. It was all over the place. This show is kind of getting all over the place, though. They do try to touch on a lot of different things. I think everything that they touch on is definitely relevant. I think the execution is a little cheesy, but I also feel like they try to do too many things in one episode. So in this episode, we got the whole Becky with the good hair, dark versus light skin, crabs in the barrel. We got a whole little you dig. But then we also got the historical figures and their statues and vandalizing that, and Anissa going to jail again. She stay in jail, and it was just it was kind of all over the place. And then of course you got the actual Black Lightning stuff, so a little bit of everything. But we also get a lot more of the mom in this one, where she's trying to really figure out how to go about this with Jefferson being Black Lightning, because she's at the point, well, just leave me alone. I'm not doing this again. And I've said it every episode. At the first moment, your first gut reaction, we get it. We get it. She doesn't want to see him tear himself apart like this. But after all these years of what he's been doing as a principal and all that, and then after the deaths that's really starting to pile up in the city, how could you in any shape or form protest him? But she still, fights him, but she comes around in this episode a little bit. Gambi doing shady stuff. It's just a lot going on in this episode. Anissa in this costume, when we want to talk about negatives, this costume is horrible. It makes zero sense and it looks terrible. And you thought Black Lightning's costume was a little iffy. This makes you forget all about it when you see Thunder. It's just absolutely terrible. And that wig, it's trash. And so, again, the way they go about her story, it just never seems right. It seems a little rushed. It doesn't seem as good as the rest. And so, while she wasn't like having a love story or any of that this time, even still with the statue, how she goes up, she breaks it, and I guess she scares people. They didn't really touch on it, but it just seems like she's just all over the map. And I'm glad they show her at school, even though it was for a second, because I'm like, does she work? She's always running around with her grandfather's stuff, researching, then training, and I'm like, and protesting, going to jail. I'm like, when did she go to work or school? So I'm glad they showed that. But again, just everything with Anissa, it never seems right, watching it. I feel like it could be better. But it wasn't a huge negative. And I didn't really have too many huge negatives with this episode. Honestly, it was decent. It was, it was in the middle. But of course, the best part, I thought it was pretty average, middle of the road, but the best part was the ending where we get Thunder versus Lightning. Or Black Lightning. That sounds cool. And a lot of people called it, a lot of people said they was going to meet up eventually. A lot of people saying, he wouldn't know that was her. Maybe they would work together, they would fight. I thought it was a cool way that they did it. Because it served a lot of purposes. You had Anissa trying to show her, mother her powers and confide in her. But then you also had, Jefferson being diverted away from killing Tobias. And then, of course, when they all meet together, now everybody knows, the secret. So I thought that was a clever way to do it. Had the mom tied up so she couldn't say, what was going on. So all that was cool. But yeah, it was just cool to see them fight. And he messed up. he gave her the Black Lightning combo. So, but it was cool. I mean, I don't remember her being bulletproof, but I guess we got to see a little more of her powers and all those cool things. So that cool ending fight kind of put it over the top for me. But again, it's still a decent episode. The whole thing with the boyfriend and the younger daughter, where did that come from? Did I miss something? Was there an episode I missed? When did he turn sour on her? I know Tobias' plan is to like make him a victim and try to rally people against Black Lightning, but I don't remember him, being mad at the girl. Now he goes straight to, I wouldn't be there if it wasn't for you and you, Becky, and all that. Like, I think it's too sharp of a turn. And you know what? He did a good job kind of selling it. Like, everything's taken from me. I did everything the right way and nothing worked. Like, that's a good villain or whatever story. But I just feel like it was too sharp a turn. He was too much of a goody two shoes, and he loved her too much to just all like turn that fast. Especially when the first part of the surgery and rehab, she was there with him and the family was there. So I don't know. I felt like that kind of happened a little too fast, but hey, all I know is I'm excited to see what happens with Gambi and what exactly is his ties with Lady Eve. At this point, I'm kind of not caring about Tobias well, and that is an issue because at first I was so interested in him, but then when they made him kind of the lackey of Lady Eve and whatever, and he plays cool like he's not scared, but it's like he's not the big, he's not part of the grand plan. He's just kind of getting by. So now I don't really care about him no more, and that's unfortunate. So now I'm more interested in Gambi and what's his secret, what he's doing with Lady Eve, and I'm looking forward to the dynamic of Thunder and Lightning. That's about to be cool. So overall, I give this episode a B-. Like I said, it was under a B until that last fight scene. So I put it over the top, gave it a B-, and can't wait for the next one. Yeah. As far as predictions, I mean, I'm not sure I have any serious predictions. I mean, looking at next week's episode didn't really tell us much. It just it's that origin season. They're kind of just working through the low level people. But I do think Tobias and Black Lightning will meet up in the next episode. So anyway, go comment section. Let me know what you thought of the episode. Thumbs up, subscribe, share it around if you heard it. It's official canon.